In this lesson, you'll learn about wide versus telephoto lenses and composition. We wanted to put this in this section even though we have a complete section that goes into more depth later, because using wide and telephoto lenses can give you a completely different type of composition. There are a few key concepts that you'll need to understand. One is the term focal length. Technically, the focal length is the distance in millimeters from your camera's sensor to where in the lens the light converges to create a sharp image when the camera is focused on a subject at infinity, way off in the distance. The lower the focal length number, the wider your image will be, or the wider the lens is. The higher the number, the more zoomed in or telephoto you'll be. A zoom lens can shoot at multiple focal lengths. For example, going from 24 millimeters to 70 millimeters. A prime lens is one that is fixed at one specific focal length. This is something we'll dive into deeper in the lens section. In general, lenses that are less than 35 millimeters are considered wide-angle lenses. Anything more than 70 millimeters can be considered telephoto. 70 to 300 millimeters is considered a medium telephoto, and anything over 300 millimeters is called super telephoto. It doesn't matter if it's a prime or zoom lens, these are still considered telephoto lenses. Choosing a wide lens is a great idea for photographing wide expanses and landscapes, while telephoto lenses are great for detailed and close-up shots. Even with a wide lens though, you can get very close to an object and get that close-up detailed shot. And similarly, you can use a telephoto shot to get great landscapes. But there will be a difference between the two close-ups, one with a telephoto and one with a wide lens, and that's perspective, another key concept in photography. Basically, perspective is having nearby objects appear larger while distant objects look smaller. Pretty simple, right? This is natural. When you're looking out in the distance, whatever is far away is going to be smaller than what's closer to you. But depending on the type of lens you use, this can actually change. Using a wide-angle lens, close-up subjects are actually bigger and seem more distant compared to the ones in the background. This effect is called exaggerated perspective. A telephoto lens has a compressed perspective where objects look closer together and the distance between them is harder to distinguish. Let's do a quick demo so you can actually understand what I'm talking about. So here's the difference between a wide and telephoto lens. I'm on a 10 to 18 millimeter lens right now, which is really wide. From right here, I can see all of Sam. I mean, I'm a couple feet away and I can see his feet. Okay, I'm gonna take a shot. All right, so we see all of Sam in this shot, and now let's switch over to a telephoto lens. Now I'm on a telephoto lens, a zoom that's 75 to 300, and I can see Sam's face, but to get his whole body, I would have to back up really far. So I'm just gonna take a quick photo like this. So obviously we can't tell much of a difference between those two lenses other than one is very close up and one is really wide. So what I'm gonna do is actually go back up really far, take a photo that has a similar composition so we can see what the background looks like comparing the two lenses. So now from way over here, probably about 20 to 25 feet further away, I can get about the same amount in this shot. All right, so I'm at about 75 millimeters now on this lens, and I got the similar composition. But when reviewing these two photos, you can really see what changes in the background. In the telephoto shot, it's more compressed, and the things in the background, like the bucket with the plant, is much bigger than the one of the wide shot. With the wide shot, everything is really small, and that creates more distance behind Sam. So everything in the telephoto shot is more compressed, everything looks a little bit bigger. The difference of size is less extreme in the telephoto shot. Hopefully by now you can tell that by switching between a wide or a telephoto lens is more than just about getting a close-up shot. The last concept in this lesson is angle. And by angle, we don't mean in the sense of how wide, but in the sense of where you are shooting from. Are you shooting standing up with the camera at eye level? Are you crouched down, shooting low to the ground? Are you at the top of the building looking down? Most beginner photographers take 99% of their photos right here with the camera at eye level. A quick way to get more creative shots is to change your position and angle. Try to see the world from a new angle and capture it. Get down low to the floor or get up high and shoot down. Let's do another quick demo to see how we can capture the same scene at different angles. An example of how the angle from where you're shooting can change the story or the emotion of your shot is when you're shooting portraits. If I'm shooting from up above, which it's usually more flattering when you're shooting from more of an up above angle. As a short person, this can be a little hard sometimes, so you might need to bring a step or have your talent crouch down a little bit. So I'm gonna take a shot of Sam right here, smiling from up above, eye level. That angle is a little bit more flattering. Sam, can I have you just turn your body just a little bit that way and then face me? Right there, that's a great standard sort of headshot angle. If I step back a little bit and get down, Sam, can I have you cross your arms? So from down here, looking at an upward angle, Sam, look down here, you don't have to smile. So this shot gives Sam a lot more power. But if you want to show a little bit more power for your subject, make them a little bit more domineering, then get down at a lower angle like this one. While some of these ideas can feel abstract, and there's rarely a right or wrong answer in photography, by now you should feel like you know even more ways to get creative photos.